All right, and today we're going to do some role play. It's actually the whole day. You are going to embody a character from Pride and Prejudice. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of us.
Let's go.
All right, so I'm going to put the characters up here. Be thinking about who you want. You might not get exactly who you want because there might be some competition, but that's okay. So we've got Elizabeth. We've got Mr. Darcy.
Can I be Mr. Darcy?
We've got who?
Me, I want to be Mr. Darcy.
We've got
Yeah.
Bingley.
Yeah.
We've Mr. Bingley. We've got Jane. We have Lydia. We have Mr. Wickham. We have Mr. Bennet, the dad. We have Mrs. Bennet, the mom. We have Mr. Collins. Sorry, my marker's running out. We have Charlotte, the friend who marries Mr. Collins. And then we've got Lady, we have to put her whole name, Catherine de Bourgh, who is the old lady that they go to visit when they go to visit Collins, Mr. Collins and Charlotte. So those are your options. Take a second, think about who you would like to be. Darcy's off the table, but anybody else know who they want to be? I'll just do first come, first serve.
I'll be Mr. Bennett.
Mr. Bennett? Oh, that's good casting. Just chill. Dead. That's Jacob. All right, who else? Asher?
Can I get Jane?
Yeah.
I'll take Elizabeth.
So
then.
nice. McKelly, you want to be Elizabeth? Kelly's got main character
I want
energy.
Lydia.
Got it?
Lydia.
Lydia. Perfect. That's so funny to me.
Can I be Mr. Bennett?
Who?
Mr. Bennett?
Mr. Bennett's taken by Jacob.
Oh.
Sorry.
to say that.
There we go. Who else? Who else? Sydney?
I want whoever has the least speaking.
Oh, you're not gonna, everybody's gonna speak the same amount. You're just sort of
Okay.
embodying the character. You're gonna answer questions from the character's perspective.
I want Mrs. Bennett.
Mrs. Bennett.
Something
Okay. Nobody wants like the hot but ethically questionable guy. All right.
Let's go.
Questionable.
All right. We've got Mr. Bingley, the nice one. Who? Oh, Ben. Who do you want to be?
Mr. Collins.
Mr.
I'll do Mr. Bing.
All right. Is that Remy?
Yeah.
Okay. Grace.
Lady
I
Catherine.
love that.
Let's go.
Who doesn't have parts yet? So Sydney, do you want to be Charlotte then, I guess? Perfect. I like that she's just the one that's like, whoever's left. That's kind of her attitude, right? Huh?
That is literally how Charlotte
Right, exactly. It's just like, well, he'll do.
Might as well.
Charlotte's like very
Does anyone need a piece of paper? You all have it. Okay. So we're going to answer some questions from your character's perspective. So for the rest of class, you are embodying this character.
I just feel it.
You got to get into it. You got to get into
I
it.
have to get myself.
I know, we'll have to get into other shots.
You can do an accent if you want. You are not required to do an accent, but and Ethan at home, you can embody whoever you want to. All right, so I'm going to ask these questions. Some of them are like personality type questions, like we start with one of those, and then some of them are more substantial and like have to do with the themes of the book. And both styles you're answering from your character's perspective. And that can mean that you have funny answers. Like if you want to refuse to answer because it's a stupid question, you could do that. If you want to invent something, you can do that, like however you want to answer it. Also, some of the questions are kind of anachronistic, like they don't have to be. I'm going to ask you, for example, like what your favorite music is as your character, and it doesn't have to be all from the Regency period. You can think about like almost like someone said like Bill and Ted last class period, like they are now in this time period and what would be their favorite now. You could think of it that way if you wanted. Okay, question number 1. If you were an animal, what animal would you be?
This is hard enough. I know. Yep. This is just gonna be.
themselves.
But you're answering it from your character's perspective. I don't know if she would say that.
But that's my answer.
Yeah. All right, you got it? So what animal would you be? Question number 2. Why do you think people should get married? And so like in your community, why should people get married? There's 15 questions. Okay, question number 3 is what are your top 3 considerations when you're deciding who to marry? So if you are already married, you're thinking about what your considerations were. And then if you are not yet married, you're thinking about what your considerations are. Okay. And if you're Lady Catherine board, you're just in everybody's business. So what should everybody else's considerations be? Top 3. Whom to marry.
So
If you feel like, oh no, there is only one, yeah, that'd be okay.
Let's see. Can it be not? Can I answer like not why, but like instead like what I would have done instead?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. Wow, Mr. Bennett. We're gonna move in
I
a
would
minute.
have
It's
not
okay.
chosen
Should we move so we're sitting with our family?
We're going to move so it's men and women.
Fight or battle. I don't know how to word some of these attributes. I'm trying my best. I'm like
Okay.
thinking with my tired brain.
You're so busy getting your daughters married. You're not even thinking.
I'm like, when did I
straight.
even get married?
Money.
I'm not gonna remember. Probably. Money, babies.
Entails.
And it's nice to be handsome, I guess.
I don't think she cares about that.
Whatever.
She was okay,
I would
Mr.
like some money.
Collins.
She was like, what do you care about beyond than being cute?
Just like cute. A good time, a good dancer, maybe. Want to go to the balls. Giving her good status. Maybe somebody who's going to get married to her, so she'll be better than her sisters. She's got something. Mostly she's just a flirt. All right, number 4. Favorite genre of music or favorite band, if you want to. Right, what are we on? 5. Okay, what is your number one obligation in life? So this is sort of like what you think your number one responsibility is. What do you think is your, number one priority? Responsibility, obligation, however you want to think of it. Okay, next one is, what is your dream vacation? And again, it can be anachronistic, meaning that it can be, it can disobey the rules of what Regency England would have had available. If you want to like go to the ocean and go with jet skis, you could. All right. Number 7 is, how important is money to your happiness? Kind of think of this like, what role does money play in your life? Okay, this one will have to be anachronistic. What is your favorite movie or genre? All right. If you're not done, hopefully my little notes up here are keeping it going. So number 9, how do you view the different roles between men and women? So what are the different roles, or maybe you think they should be exactly the same for men or women? You kind of think like, what are men responsible for? What are women responsible for according to your character? Okay, number 10, what's your favorite food? Okay, number 11. What does happiness mean to you? Like the word happiness. Okay, next one. Oh wait, I had it in my head. I had rewritten it. It was about, oh, do you make decisions more? Do you think it's more important when making decisions to rely on emotions and what we could call sensibility, which is emotions like what you like and what you don't like, or rationality or reason? What do you think is the more important sort of aspect of yourself when it comes to making decisions? Yeah, when you make decisions, do you think it's more important to rely on your feelings and emotions or on your reason and rationality? And you could say like a combination of both, you could say, and then I want you to just write a little bit about why, write a sentence about why that's the more important one. Okay, what is your favorite book? Or genre? What kind of books do you like? You're like, books? I've never read a book. As I lay dying.
Pride and Prejudice.
Your own book. You can't put Pride and Prejudice. That's too meta. I don't know what to do with that.
She would though.
If Mrs. Bennett was a real person and she read Pride and Prejudice, I think she would like Pride and Prejudice.
That's
true.
interesting because
No, I
she'd be
feel
like,
If
she'd
was-
be
if
like,
she was
I'm
Elizabeth
represented
and
fine
Darcy,
here.
like Pride and Prejudice.
what?
I feel like Elizabeth and Darcy could reasonably put they like Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, I was like, it makes
It fits their character.
Yeah, of course it does because they're the main characters. No, you gotta do something else.
Wait, it's pretty, why would I?
That's a good one.
Do you like Google poetry?
I'm putting Mary Oliver.
Oh,
I
I think
mean,
she would
I
like
read.
really? That's giving her a little more sophistication than I expected.
Because
Like,
she's
I
so
feel-
sophisticated, when she's
yeah.
reading, people can see she's reading.
I see.
She likes like dollar romance books.
Says Mr. Bingley.
What are you putting?
Yeah,
Wait, no, you're.
you could put a different Jane Austen book if you'd read a different one. Sense and Sensibility.
Choose.
Oh, caramel.
Chooses the Scarlet Pimpernel because I love
I
that
watched
book.
that movie. My dad loves that movie.
Okay, next one.
So funny.
What does devotion mean to you? That word devotion.
Oh man,
What does it mean? You can think about
Mr.
it like,
Darcy isn't fueled by his emotions.
what does it mean to devote yourself to something? That could still be a rational question though.
Okay, guess I'll get married.
What is Charlotte devoted to?
To nice, simple.
Lydia's
Devoted to
devoted to her own,
I have the pencil.
her own desires. I don't know how to say that properly. Lydia is just thirsty. There we go. That's
Good for her.
proper, right? For anyone, any soldier that comes along, they'll do.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. All right, and then keep working on that if you want to, but the last one is who is your favorite Marvel character?
He gets to have my favorite.
I thought that was fair. Everyone knows the Marvel characters at this point, right? At least has heard tell of this thing called the Avengers. Okay, so
I know exactly.
any
now.
Marvel
Now I know
character.
exactly.
Which one would your character like? Lydia. Lydia would be funny for this.
Thor.
Oh.
Captain America.
It's gotta be like the conventionally hottest, right? It's gotta be Thor before he gained weight.
No, Captain America's a soldier.
But he got old.
But he's hot.
He's hot before
The
he got
accent
old.
doesn't quit.
Even as an old guy, are we
Yeah.
not in agreement on that?
I'm like,
He's a good looking old guy.
But he has one for like.
Oh.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I
it's-
Yeah, I feel that.
I feel like
I feel
she
that.
wouldn't like one that dies, but that's like most of them.
I would put my favorite for Elizabeth because she's hot.
For Lydia or for the book?
Like in the book, people that aren't.
Okay, there's a quote. There's a quote from Charlotte that is so funny that I'll show you, but it's like, she didn't care, she didn't like men. Like it was like she didn't like men, but it was always her desire to get married. It's like the funniest line ever. I'm just like, oh, okay. She's just sort of like, ugh, men, and then gets married anyway.
Yeah. I mean, like, absolutely revolting. No other options.
Please make him rich.
Go through them all.
She's the oldest.
Oh, she's like
She's the one
she
that's
would-
nice to everyone.
TBH, I feel like she's.
Oh, actually, yeah.
All right, who's finished all the questions? Raise your hand if you've finished all the questions now. Okay, all right, so this next part, we're gonna do a little research so that we are prepared for when you are role-playing with your other characters. So there are obviously some of these questions that are a little more substantial than others. This one, I want everyone to do. So I want everyone to find a piece of evidence that supports your answer about why people should get married. And then there are some other substantial questions here. Okay, there they are. I put little dashes by them. And you're going to choose 2 more of these that you think are essential to understanding your character. So maybe your character is totally obsessed with money for their happiness, and that could be yours. Maybe your character thinks a lot about the differences between men and women. Maybe they think a lot about this relationship between emotion and rationality, whatever 2 you want to. So everyone's finding a quote to support what your character thinks about this. And then you're choosing 2 more to find some actual evidence from the book to support what you said. So total, you'll have 3 quotations. So what you're going to write is, you'll write the question number. You'll write the page number where you find the quote. You'll write 3 to 4 words, a really short bit of the quote that you think supports it the most. So you don't need to write the whole thing, you just write the page number, and then short explanation about your sort of why you put this answer. Yes.
Oh, do you have to do one of the ones you marked, or could you choose a different question?
Well, the other ones are like dream vacation, music, animal. I mean, if you think that it's like really important to understanding your character, yeah, you could do one of those if you wanted to. Let's make it a little more fun. And then if you are having trouble finding certain parts in the book, it's a longer book, so it might take me a second too, but I can help out. I've got it all marked up. So, all right, so this is going to take us, I think we're going to spend about 15 minutes on this, and then we're going to get together, men and women, and discuss your answers.
Okay, so for this next part, they are in groups and they're going to be talking in their little groups, which is a part that you won't be able to do. I think this is where we can end the video. If you answer the questions and you do the quotations, you'll be done. Okay, see you later.